Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about chemical bonding. Okay, so what chemical bonding basically is. You might have seen many different types of molecules all around you. How are they formed? Let's discuss. Okay, in right here, I have several different types of chemical compounds. For example, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, etc. So how are they formed? Let's discuss. You all have understood somehow that there are simplest substances present all around in our environment, right? That we call elements. What elements are basically? They are simple substances that are made up of tiny identical particles. For example, if I talk about this copper mug, okay, copper mug, it contains all identical atoms of copper only. That means its basic atom would be of copper. So which element it would be? It is made up of the element of copper, right? Right here, I have gold pendant. Why did I say gold pendant? Because it contains all identical atoms of gold only, because gold itself is an element. So similarly, we have several different types of elements that whenever they join up together, chemically, they form molecule. Even if the elements of similar types are joined chemically, we call molecules of elements. If elements of different types of elements are combined up together, we call them molecules of compound. So how are these molecules formed? We all know that there are pure substances found in our nature that we call elements, and they contain only one type of atom that cannot be broken down further into simpler substances. Okay, you might have understood that this is the basic structure of an atom that contains proton, neutron, and electron. We all know that neutron and protons are always present in the center of the atom that we call nucleus, right? And electrons that is negatively charged, they are all revolving around the nucleus of the atom in different energy levels. The charge of proton is positive, whereas neutron is always a neutral entity. So here, before understanding what chemical bonding is, let's discuss some major things that are what atomic number is. Atomic number is a number of protons in an element, according to which elements have been arranged in their increasing atomic number in the form of a table that we call periodic table. You all can see a long form of periodic table over here. That means we have all non-metals at one side, all metals in the middle and towards the left as well. Whereas the position of hydrogen, the topmost element, is, however, unknown because it contains only one electron in its outermost shell. So sometimes it behaves as metal, sometimes it behaves as non-metals. We will discuss how it behaves further more in our upcoming videos, okay? So let's discuss periodic table over here. And on the left side of my periodic table, I have lithium till francium, and I have beryllium till radium. They all are metals that we call alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. In the topmost right side of my, or right-hand side, I have helium. And in between these metals and non-metals, I have major category of other types of metals that we call transition metals. And over here, I have non-metals furthermore, okay? So here, let's discuss. What are the charges present on all the metals and non-metals? As we talked about periodic table, so all the elements have been arranged according to their increasing atomic number, but in a particular group and period, right? So alkali metals have been arranged in group 1. So the charge of group 1 is always positive 1. Similarly, group 2, the charge of members of group 2 is always positive 2, and so on. Now, why are these charges present? Whenever an atom loses an electron, it will always develop a positive charge. For example, the left side of the periodic table, you all can see +1. That means all these elements will lose how many electrons? 1 electron from their outermost shell. Similarly, in group 2, all have the charge of +2. That means all of these elements will lose how many electrons? Yeah, you are right. They will lose 2 electrons from their outermost shell. Now coming to group number 3 over here, you all can see aluminium, Al written over here. It's never be Ai, it is aluminium that is present in group 3, having valency or the charge of +3. That means these all elements will lose how many electrons from their outermost shell? Yes, correct. That is 3 electrons will be lost. Now, somehow there are different elements present that you all can see contain minus charges on them. So whenever an atom gains an electron, it has minus charge developed on it. Because in this case, number of electrons will be increased according to its atomic number, right? Now, let's see what's happening over here. The loss of capacity of an atom that it can lose or accept electrons, okay? So the tendency is called as valency. Valency is basically, it's a combining capacity of an element to complete its outermost shell that we call octet state. Yeah, right now in front of me, I have sodium metal. It is present in group 1A, okay? It has a valency of +1. That means it will always lose how many electrons from its outermost shell? 1 electron from its outermost shell, right? So here it develops positive charge on it. Now here, I have chlorine atom here that contains 7 electrons in its outermost shell. So in order to complete its octet, how many electrons would it be needing? It will be needing 1 electron. So where does it gain its 1 electron from? Obviously, it will be gaining from the sodium metal that it has lost its 1 electron, coming to a positive charge, and it is giving its 1 electron to chlorine in order to complete chloride ion, okay? In this case, chlorine is gaining 1 electron from sodium, creating a negative charge on itself and becoming a chloride ion in order to complete its octet. Now, here what happens is an electrostatic attraction develops between a metal and a non-metal. What was metal here? We had sodium metal. And what was a non-metal here? We had chlorine. That would be a non-metal, right? So that develops an electrostatic force of attraction between them. This electrostatic force of attraction enables them to bring them closer together and form a molecule of sodium chloride. However, the chemical reaction is not so easier, but yes, they have been formed into a molecule in order to give a unique properties to the molecule, that is sodium chloride. Remember, whenever a molecule is formed, it changes the complete properties of an atom. Initially, sodium was having totally different properties and chlorine was having totally different properties. Whenever they are combined up together in the form of a molecule and whenever they formed up a compound into sodium chloride, it is becoming a new substance and having new properties of itself. Now, they are not at all a metal and a non-metal, but they have formed into a salt. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone.